Welcome to the first edition of the 2019 Fairleigh Dickinson Women's Basketball Report, here with head coach Peter Cinella. Coach, your team closed out the 2018 calendar year with a win Saturday. Just talk about being able to get that win and then what you liked seeing out of your team in that game.
Well, it was a positive game. All 15 players were able to contribute. We won with our defense, rebounding, took care of the ball. We didn't shoot the ball great, but overall it was a good 40-minute effort, and I think it's a good way to go into conference play with some confidence.
Yeah, now a couple of things from those past couple of games. First off, Jenna Clark, she scored 12 points in each of the last two games. She's gotten a start in the past two games. Just talk about her play and what that's been able to do for your team.
She brings us good spacing because she can shoot the three. She's also a very good passer, particularly a high-low passer and a backdoor passer. So she's really bringing us some, offensive pop. But she's doing some little things well, like crashing the boards and having good offensive flow and moving the ball around.
Yeah, another thing, too, is Lauren Francione has started to come back to the place she was at last year. She's had 10 rebounds against Georgian Court, and she had double-digit scoring in the two games before. Just talk about, especially with it being conference play, is her being able to step up.
Yeah, well, we expect her to be like a player that can get a double-double in every game. So she's done that the last three games, and we're just looking for consistency with that. But I think she can do it pretty consistently. She's got a good shot, and her low-post game's improving, and now she's really got her rebounding going well. So I think if she keeps that up, she can be a consistent double-double player.
Yeah, now lastly, too, Madison Stanley in the Georgian Court game, she had 16 and 9 in that game.
Well, we're just trying to get her to be more aggressive, so she came right in and was aggressive, so that's good. We'll probably continue that coming up the next couple of games. We think of her as a starter, but sometimes you have starters come off the bench and maybe finish games, but she's a player that if she's aggressive like that, we think she can be very consistent with that and get 14, 15 points consistently.
Yeah, now this weekend you are going on a road trip out to Western PA to take on the two teams that played in the conference championship game last year, St. Francis and Robert Morris. Is it a little bit of an advantage to you guys getting this trip during this first weekend, or does it not really matter as much?
I don't think it matters that much. I mean, the advantage is we're not missing any class going out there. Nobody's in school right now. So if you're going to travel, it's always best to travel when there's no classes going on. So we can leave at the times we want without having to worry about them missing a class. And so that's an advantage. And then hopefully there's no snow. Traveling all that way, you don't want to snow. And the way the weather's been, I'm hoping that that's the case. It's been pretty warm lately.
Just those two teams, they're tough teams, obviously. Just what are you guys going to need to do to come away with wins in those games?
Well, we know they're very experienced teams. Both teams only lost two conference games all last year. So these are some of the, players on the team for them that have, really won a majority of their games, and they have that confidence. But it's a new season. They're also very different teams than what they had last year. So, it's the first game of the year. We'll see. I mean, out of conference, everybody plays different schedules. So it's really unknown. And you get to conference, then you try and figure it out.
All right. Thank you for your time today, Coach.
Thank you, Corey. Yep.
Joining us now on the Women's Basketball Report is junior forward Jenna Clark. Jenna, you scored 12 points in each of the last two games. Just talk about the feeling of being able to go out there and score so well in the past couple games.
It was a great feeling. I just, let the game come to me and took advantage of my opportunity that Coach gave me.
Yeah, you had a tough road last season coming back from an injury and only played in 10 games. Now this year you gotten to start the past couple of games. Just talk about your road back to getting to this level of play.
I was really consistent with working out and making sure I was getting my shots up, trying to have consistent practices, and that really helped me in the games.
Yeah, now two of your better games last year were against the two teams you play this weekend, Robert Morris and St. Francis. Two games to start the conference season for you guys. Just talk about going out there to play against those two games this weekend.
It's definitely going to be a good challenge for our team. And getting a win out on the road, that's a great start for the conference. I think that we've been working really hard in practice, so everything should come together and we should have a complete game.
What do you guys need to do out there to be able to get those two wins?
Our defense is definitely the biggest thing, and have consistent offensive flow and have everybody step up and play their role.
Now, lastly, we have entered 2019. 2018 is officially in the books. Do you have a New Year's resolution for this year?
My biggest New Year's resolution, just be happy. Just be happy, live life.
Thank you for your time today, Jenna.
Thank you.
That'll do it for this week's edition of the Women's Basketball Report. You can catch the Knights on Saturday out at St. Francis University. That game starts at 4 p.m. And then they follow up that game with a battle against Robert Morris at 7 p.m. on Monday, January 7th. Both games will be streamed live on NEC Front Row. For more on the FDU women's basketball team and all the FDU Knights athletic teams, please check out FDUKnights.com.